Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. Now that I've gone through all the individual videos showing off the cards that I've picked up at this year's National, it's time for me to start showing off some pickups that I've made during the National that came in and since the National. And this video here, I'm going to be showing off card number 36 that I picked up off of my 100 cards for $10,000 list. And the reason why I'm wearing Steven with a PH's t-shirt that he sent me showing off his channel gives you a little bit of a hint at to who this player might be. And it is a card in the high number series of this particular set. And while usually those cards are more expensive, I think I got a pretty good deal on this card, and it has some great eye appeal. So I'm going to turn the camera around, show off card number 36, as well as some other cards that I have from that set in my collection. Card number 36 is this 1970 Topps Frank Robinson, featured in a Baltimore Orioles uniform. And so hence the Steven with a PH shirt that I decided to wear today. It's card number 700, so it is in the high number series, the 7th series released for 1970 Topps. And since it was the 7th release, it came toward the end of the baseball season, bleeding into the football season. So typically for cards in this time period where they were released in multiple series, the high number series cards tend to be a little bit harder to find because not as many sold. Collectors were more interested in picking up football cards for the year rather than baseball cards. And this one is a really nice example, well centered, nice registration. Here is the back of it as well. Now it does look like there's a little stain there, so this possibly could be a higher grade but got dinged because of a qualifier. I don't know if they discounted this card because of that stain, but the corners look really nice. Again, great registration. Very happy with this pickup, and once I get into the numbers, you'll see that I got a good deal on it and saved from what I thought I would have to spend for this card. And I've hid the grade as I'm starting to do here, because it's not about the grade but about the card. But if you had to guess, and again you can hopefully see how nice those corners are. I mean, look how sharp those corners are. So I think that that little stain on the back may have dinged this, which is to my advantage. This card has a technical grade of a 5. So very, very happy with this. I think this could easily be a 6 or a 7, but if it was, it probably would have been out of my price range or what I wanted to pay for this card. So I definitely got a good deal on this. Now, before I get into the numbers, I thought I'd show off some of the other 1970 Topps cards I have in my collection. I don't have too many, so this shouldn't take too long here. So we'll put the Frank Robinson off to the side. The first one I have here is the Carl Yastrzemski, one of the cards in his run that I've completed. Then we have the Hoyt Wilhelm, and the reason why I have this one, obviously he's a Hall of Famer and a card that I would eventually need to pick up for the 1970 Topps Hall of Fame run. This was, I think, at the 21 National, I think, in Chicago. Was walking around a table. I think they had this for 15 bucks. I offered 10 and the guy sold it to me for 10 bucks. So, hey, I took it. Hall of Famer. Looks really nice too. Except for the airbrushing, of course, but Can't control that. All right, next one here is the Thurman Munson rookie card. Again, great eye appeal to that despite the number grade. Then we have this really nice Tom Seaver. Next, we have another Baltimore Oriole, the Jim Palmer. Then we have the Yastrzemski All-Star card. Now, these All-Star cards, they are tough to find centered. Not sure why, but yeah, they're just really hard to find centered. So, really happy to have found this copy here. And then finally, the Hank Aaron. All right, so back to the Frank Robinson. Now, on my 100 cards for $10,000 list, I had this card at a PSA 7. And based on comps when I put the list together, I thought I'd have to spend, if I got a decent deal, probably $75 for a PSA 7. Well, I dropped down a number grade down to a 5, even though maybe from an eye appeal standpoint this could easily be a 7, but from a number grade dropped down to a 5. And for this PSA 5 I only spent $40. So, and that includes shipping and tax. The $75 price tag for a PSA 7, that would have been prior to any shipping and tax. So on this card, I saved $35 from what I had it on my list at. And for PSA 5 copies, to show you how good of a deal that I think I got, on the low end, they are selling for $24. On average, around $33, and on the high end, the highest recent sale is $55. So all in, with shipping and tax, $40. I think I picked this up for probably around $32, $33, right around that average price. But then when you add the cost of shipping and tax, of course, from eBay, totally in for $40. So again, I think I got a really good deal, really good eye appeal card for the number grade. And so where do I stand after 36 cards? Well, the 36 cards that I've picked up so far, based on the grade that I had it on the list, I thought I would have to spend $3,280. Well, so far for these 36 cards, I've only spent $1,685. So I am $1,595 to the good from what I had thought I would have to spend if I got those 36 cards at the grade that I had it listed on my 100 card list. So continue to do well. There is a card though, giving a little foreshadowing and previewing. You might not see it for a couple weeks. I have some other cards and other pickups that I'm going to be showing off ahead of that. But I recently picked up a card that is the first one off of this 100 cards for $10,000 list that I overpaid for, and somewhat significantly. But there's a story behind that and a rationale and reasoning that I'll get to once I show that card off. But I'm sure once I get it in hand, and I should be getting it in a couple days here, may not be Tuesday until Tuesday because of the Labor Day holiday, but I'm sure when I see that card in hand, if it looks anywhere close to the image that was on eBay, I am going to be in love with that card. So again, you may not see it looking at my schedule of videos here. You may not see it for maybe 2 weeks or so. So a little keep you in suspense there. But would love to know in the comments what you think about this 1970 Topps Frank Robinson pickup. Really nice copy. And what do you think about some of the other 1970 Topps cards I have in my collection? And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.